We are in an environment where there's a lot of folks locally that are without shelter. And we have programs at City College that serve this type of population, including human services, alcohol and other drug studies, social work, psychology, gerontology, and mental health work. And students come to these programs to train to be out working in the community.
The San Diego Housing Commission oversees resources for the city of San Diego in regards to homelessness and affordable housing. So we're having some real impact on the state of housing and homelessness needs in our city and our region, which is great. But with that impact comes new programming and new funding sources. And what we were starting to hear from our provider network is that they were having a harder and harder time, and it's taking longer and longer to stand up new programs just to get the staffing resources needed to be successful.
They were seeing that there's this gap in finding people to work in these positions. And what was interesting is that many of the agencies did hire people who had bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, but they weren't staying. Or they were having a really hard time filling some of the peer-to-peer type positions. So Lisa, in her brilliance, I believe she had come upon the statistics that our own students, especially here at San Diego City College, we have the highest rate of homeless students within the county.
We just needed to broaden and deepen our staffing pool. So we needed to start figuring out how to build that workforce up and training opportunities that were accessible and affordable to a lot of people and really targeted the folks that are interested in that work. San Diego City College just kind of naturally came up as a really good place to start.
We came up with a program, and we call it PEER, Program for Engaged Educational Resources. We had two founding common goals when we launched this program. We wanted to create a pipeline of qualified candidates for the region's human services positions and address the challenges that employees face that could increase retention in these positions. We have a president, Ricky Shabazz, and a vice president, Tilly Chavez, who are very supportive of reaching out to see what we can possibly do to meet the needs.
And then once we reached out to them and we identified that they had a whole school of social work, a full-time embedded school of social work, it was just, it was almost a perfect match. It was just so exciting.
It's been such a solid partnership between us and the San Diego Housing Commission. And that excites me because a lot of times as faculty, we get stuck on teaching theory and teaching practice, but we need to know what's actually happening in the field. So to have this live working relationship where we get this information firsthand and we can directly provide that to our students and adjust as we need, that's been an amazing part of building this program.
We built a curriculum together, and I've committed staffing resources to support Kieran as the professor for getting subject matter experts in to come and talk on different panels, and for helping facilitate connections to the HR departments of the different service providers for the career counseling piece, so that it really is a holistic, integrated program that takes students from that initial learning objective to hopefully career placement.
We will be placing students, and we are beginning to do that now, in human service occupations. And also, we're going to be doing internships. But we also realize the importance of having an academic counselor. It is a really key, important aspect of support for our students, knowing that there's light at the end of the tunnel with a degree or a certificate or even a job.
The PEER program helped me because I know exactly what part of the social services I want to be in. I want to work with the youth that doesn't have anybody. So they're homeless by themselves. And I want to create centers and the kids live there, but the children, they can work there and they go to school there. So everything is right there.
The PEER program helped me because I wasn't sure that I had it in me to be a voice at the table. I knew that changes needed to be made, but I didn't know that I belonged at a table, or that I could sit at a table, or that I could have the tools and today be recognized as an expert at the table.
We're going to make a difference. To know that we're going to be able to train people in resources, in techniques, in knowing about what the challenges might be, so that when they work with someone, when a person in that situation comes in, they're going to realize they're actually going to be helped.